to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within. And hopefully you learn how to do that from these readings that I do with you every week. And we are starting with the Collective Friday Love Reading. Welcome to the live. If you're just joining, I have both TikTok and Tuned In Tarot YouTube active. So I might be looking here, I might be looking there, but I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you energetically. Just feel it in your bones. I'm shuffling right now for the Friday Love Reading, which features the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine energy and what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what they are saying, what they are doing, how there can be harmony in all of that, and what is the happiness potential that you will have in this energy. You can look at this energy of the masculine energy as the energy of a person in your life who leans into that energy, but ultimately it's your own energy. It's where you are, and the person in your life that you see is simply reflecting back your energy. So I'm shuffling right now for that reading. I will have some oracles, and afterwards, if we have time, I will open it up to some free readings. I do free one-card pulls now, and if you want a deeper reading, you can always send a donation to get on the list. And suggested donation is $22, but I accept any donations at all. And if you want to book a private reading, there is the link in the profile for that. As well, you will notice that the intuitive guidance call, which is a virtual Zoom session with me, is on sale for half off. So take advantage of that. All right. I'm just going to shuffle the oracles here, and we'll be good to go. We're going to do the sort of, got one for the masculine, one for the feminine. So, I saw that card, and it didn't fully come out, and I don't hate it. Thanks for smashing that like button, Abby. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Marcia, for the rose. I appreciate that too. I do know that when you interact with the live, when you comment, like, share the live, it does help to prevent the inactivity status that comes up. So I do appreciate all the interaction, and I try to look at the comments when I can, but when I'm channeling, I'm kind of like, I'm in another place, I guess you could say. If you are not going to be able to stay for this full reading, but you'd really like to see the full reading, please know that you can always go, the link in my profile has all the links that you could ever need, but when you get there, you may see the Tuned In Tarot YouTube. That is where you're going to find the depository for my reading. I am live on YouTube right now, so it's currently streaming there as well. And that's why I might look here, and I might look here, and I might look there. Welcome! I'm seeing some people trickle into the YouTube reading. If you don't know me, I'm Pearl, and I'm about to do a weekly Friday love reading for y'all. And then after, I will be doing some free one-card pulls for people. Marcia, I'm from South Africa, and I'm always following you. Oh my gosh, I love that. You know, I see South Africa come up in my statistics, and I always wondered who it was. And there you are. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. That's so cool. I'll be so sad if TikTok doesn't have an alternative once it gets banned, because it's been such an incredible... I have clients that I've done virtual calls with from like New Zealand, and that's so awesome. And Poland? I think I had someone from Poland once. Very cool. Okay, we are ready to begin. Is everybody excited? Hi, Jenny. We're going to be doing the one-card pulls at the end of the reading. We're starting with a collective reading. You might get information even about the question that you have, because when I look at the masculine and feminine energy, I'm not just looking at relationships outside of yourself. I'm really looking at the relationship you have with yourself And that relationship is sort of an indicator of how open you are to receive something like a new job or money or whatever it is that you're seeking. So hopefully you'll get your questions answered here. All right. So we're going to do just the overall energy for this week for the Divine Masculine. It's a death card. So major transformation energy going on. Something is done, like a house type of an energy. And it's coming out here with the feminine energy of the Two of Wands, which is often associated with the twin flame journey, because it's a card that's about having sort of a parallel life with somebody, and like having times where you intersect, come together, you move apart, etc. So I wish this would just leave the chat on my screen, but because it doesn't. So I apologize if I don't respond quickly to YouTube comments, because I really don't see them. They don't stay on the screen like they do here. Hi Katie, good to see you. So this can be associated with the twin flame journey, because it's like this card of soulmates, or you ask for something you're wanting, and you have to just wait for it to arrive, and it causes this restless energy. You try to plan and you try to strategize and you try to figure out how to get what it is that you want, but ultimately what you learn on this journey is that it's not up to you to figure out how to get what you want. It's up to you to get into a receiving energy and allow yourself to be given what it is that you've asked for from a place of faith, which moves you into the Three of Wands, where you can finally see those things coming to fruition, and then the Four of Wands, where you now feel stable in that energy. So that's the journey that you're taking, beginning with that first Ace of Wands, which is the desire for something. This is the asking card, and it's a restless energy. And so what I'm seeing is that this week there is something ending here that has to do with the restlessness involved in this connection you have with someone else, or just with yourself. You're like, okay, I'm not going to be sitting here, twiddling my thumbs trying to figure out what to do. I'm just going to allow what I have asked for to come to me. I'm going to get into alignment with it. I'm going to see it. In the Three of Wands, I'm going to see it before I believe it, because I have to. But I have to believe that I can see it before I'll actually see it. So it's like it's a complicated process, which is why the twin flames is associated with this card, because you learn about this through a connection with someone else. I do see an ending coming to something. It could be the crossroads that you've been at with somebody. Like maybe you've been standing and waiting for some decision to be made. It could be the end of that. It could be the end of all of the mental clutter that comes from this twin flame labeled the journey thing. It could be the end of a soulmate connection that you've had for a long time, or the end of a time when you're simply waiting for that to happen. That's the energy of the week in love and connection. But whatever it is, it's a very big transformation, and it brings about a new beginning. So it's exciting, because what's supporting you this week is, in the masculine energy, we have the Eight of Cups, and in the feminine, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's that new thing. If you have a death card, you really want to see something new take its place, and here it is. The masculine energy is ending, for me, what looks like sitting and waiting to make some kind of move away from these cups. Like the Seven of Cups is embedded in this Eight of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about having your options open, right? And truly never actually being fulfilled, because it's the only card in the Smith-Waite deck where the character is in silhouette instead of being like an actual fleshed out character, as if they are trying to find in one of those seven cups something to fill them up. But the lesson is that you never do. And so this masculine energy is like, okay, I gotta just stop thinking about whether I should stick around for these other options that really haven't served me, around these people that don't support me, around in this environment that it doesn't, where I don't thrive. and I need to get up and I need to go towards my higher calling, which is in the original Smith-Waite deck, the union of masculine and feminine energy. So what you feel and your head, connecting those two things together and being like, that's what I'm going for. No more waiting around. I'm leaving behind these other options and I'm going towards my fulfillment. And the exciting part about that is that there is a material fulfillment in this decision, because we see a pentacle card, which is talking about the material in the physical world. So it's actually pretty exciting that the masculine energy is planning to walk away from something, because now there is room or space for something actually new, real, and fresh to come in and be planted. What is the masculine energy actually thinking about the feminine energy this week? We have the Temperance card. One of the only Temperance cards that I have where the angel is like extraordinarily beautiful. So I do think that the divine masculine sees this feminine, this person who embodies feminine energy for them or reflects their feminine energy to them as angelic, as this healing energy, and particularly in regards to their emotions. And I do think they see this feminine energy. Remember, Temperance was here yesterday, I believe, in the reading I did yesterday, and or it was in something, because I remember talking about the peace and the calm. Maybe it was in one of the TikTok readings. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know if you can remember. Good night, Marcia. Thanks so much for being here. And remember, this whole reading will be on TurnedIntarot YouTube, so you can finish watching the end of it tomorrow. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. So he's thinking of this feminine as being peaceful, patient, and also an alchemist of some kind, which we talked about when I saw the Temperance card before. She has this power to transform pain and suffering into this healing, kind, compassionate energy that like transforms all. This divine masculine is really thinking of this feminine as really significantly powerful, loving, caring, kind, peaceful energy. Divine feminine, what are you thinking of divine masculine? The Strength card. Okay, well, that's not too bad. You never know. Sometimes they're so far away off, but they're also so feminine, pulling out a major arcana card as well. The interesting thing is, I don't think she sees this person as the masculine energy. No. I think she sees herself here in the position of like kind of just having to tame the beast, like a Beauty and the Beast type of a situation. I think the divine feminine has learned in this time, on this journey, in this time apart, that she has the strength and the fortitude and the will to be able to be in a dynamic with somebody who has unhealed traits and is able to set boundaries and work with the energy in some fashion. And that if she wanted to continue on in a connection with this person that you might be thinking about, or just any masculine energy in general, she would need to have this skill and ability to deal with him. In other words, you sort of testing my strength. Like you see, like you're really testing me, though. I think you are, though. So that's definitely how the feminists see this. Like you're trying my patience, right? Because the masculine is like, oh, I think she's so pretty and calm and peaceful and so patient, and divine feminine is like, you're really pushing me to my limit, though. Like, it's really a lot, though. Okay, that's how it's going. I kind of like that push-pull. And also, probably masculine energy should take note of that, because what seems, peaceful, while it is peaceful outwardly and in action, is inwardly really requiring incredible strength and stamina And it means that the position that the masculine has put the feminine in is something that is so uncomfortable that were this to continue, I think that the death card would probably apply more to the connection than the strength card. You're killing me, divine masculine. I'm laughing, but you're killing me, right? You know, like, yeah, I can transmute energy, but I have to, right? That's the attitude I'm feeling from her. Yeah, I can do that, but I have to. Is that really how you want your partner to feel? Like, oh, I can deal with your bullshit and I have to, right? That's no, not good. Okay. So it's divine masculine feeling towards feminine energy. We have the 8 of Pentacles. He is feeling that it is up to him to do the work that he would need to do to feel up to this energy of feminine. I also think that he feels divine feminine sees him as caring more about work, money, and the material world than he does about her. And I think he feels that that is a misconception, because the vibe I'm getting from this is the devotion that I'm bringing to whatever it is that I'm creating in the world. The energy that I have to put this much heart and soul into it is not just about fulfilling my creative desires, but about providing something of substance so that I can physically give you something. Because remember, masculine energy's sense of security comes from their wallet, whereas like a feminine, like I always say, like a woman's body is as a man's wallet. Like you can feel insecure about your body, and now I think everybody feels insecure about their body because advertising figured out that it's super lucrative just to make everybody feel like shit, and then you can get them to spend thousands of dollars on injections and pills and diets and programs and everything. So, and then you can feed them foods that will purposefully make it difficult for any of those things to actually be effective, which will keep them in this perpetual loop of medical care, which is also a heavily lucrative industry. You catch my drift? So I think just everybody is meant to feel shitty. But initially, since we were objects that were sold, and our primary value was whether we could birth and cook and provide eye candy for somebody, we people who are heavily into their feminine energy, no matter their biology, but just their feminine energy, the body is vastly more important as our value, in terms of our value, than our wallet really is. In fact, sometimes having a larger wallet than someone else will actually make that person feel insecure. Just like a super, super hot body could also, like, because then somebody might steal it, somebody might try to get it, whatever, right? So that same energy, I think, is around someone's wallet, what they earn, what they make, how much they're bringing in, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So divine masculine is feeling that divine feminine may see him only as caring about his work, but that his work is really also about what he can bring to her. And I also do see him as doing some work on his emotions and his feelings. I don't see it just as being like he's working, but this acknowledgement, he feels he must be working on himself in order to basically appease this feminine energy. How does divine feminine feel about the masculine energy? Will you pick a direction? You're so confusing. Which way are you going? Are you going left or are you going right? Are you going black or are you going white? Are you going, can you pick something? Because I'm confused. The chaotic energy that you have frequently approached me in has been so confusing. You're taking so long. Like beyond, at this point, all of the things that you've done pale in comparison to the length of time you've made me wait for you to just move forward into this next phase, to surrender this control over your feelings and the expression of your feelings and over our decisions and the choices we're making. So I feel that you've got my head spinning, that you're trying to be in control and you don't even know where to go. It's like the classic, can we just stop and ask for directions? And you're just getting us lost and we're both pissed off and nobody's going to get their dick sucked tonight. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not for kids, by the way. I I always select not for kids when I sign in, because yeah, no. This is not, no. I also feel that the Divine Feminine does feel very strongly that this person is a counterpart energy, or is seeking that counterpart energy that matches her and isn't confusing. So that's what she's feeling. All right. What's Divine Masculine actually saying? Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to choose from the middle because I forgot the Harmony card. So we'll do that. All right. So Divine Masculine, what's he actually saying to the feminine energy? What's he saying, though? You're a star. I wish that this could be. I hope that you are good. I can't. Okay. So he definitely does see the feminine energy as being significant, because this is another major energy. He is saying, like, he's definitely putting her above him as something that seems unattainable, which is frustrating. Because until he can find that within himself, he's going to keep reaching outwards. So this is you, remember, this isn't just a person that's putting you on a pedestal. You're also putting that person that you're thinking of on that same pedestal. Your emotions toward that person make you see them as like unattainable or out of reach. So it's that's how you make these connections between when you're getting information about somebody that you're in a dynamic with, or just your own energy. So that's what you're still doing, okay? You're still putting that on a pedestal. You are, though, seeing the other person as a wish fulfillment, and hoping. You have there's generally, this person is saying, I hope that we can still be together. But yeah, you are you're kind of an out of this world sort of cosmic light being at this point, is how what this energy is saying to you. And if they're not saying that, it's because this Divine Feminine, bitch, you're killing me. I'm asking, what Divine Feminine, what are you saying to the Divine Masculine? And you go, nothing. Because this is the Four of Swords, bitch. And this is no talking, no contact. So y'all ain't saying shit. You're making I know strongly that you're either not posting a lot on social media. When you do, it's functional. It's like, I'm posting for family and friends for real. I'm not posting for somebody to see what I'm doing. I'm not posting to get a reaction. I'm not posting to like see if they've watched me. It's definitely this thing of like, if I post, it's because it's not connected to this other person. So it's like, maybe even like the silence is louder than if you were not posting at all, kind of, because you're like, they're not including me at all in this, in their life right now. So that's kind of the status. But yeah, your heart is like, there's nothing left for me to say. There's nothing left for me to say. I have faith that I will cross paths with my divine counterpart, that I have this eternal connection to the divine who's taking me on that journey to arrive where I'm supposed to go. And so I don't need to say anything, because the energy that is meant for me is going to come and speak directly to me. That's what's being said. Okay. Divine Masculine, what are you actually doing, though? Yeah, that's about it. Just going back and forth and like not making up your mind and not changing. I'm just going to leave that one there because that's fucking annoying. Divine Feminine, I'm going to get my ego out of here and go back to channeling. What are you doing? What are you actually doing? We have the King of Cups energy. So, wow, you're being cool as a cucumber here, although you're just avoiding really kind of going into your feelings in the situation, because there is a sense that if you dive deep into your feelings, you probably won't be able to come up for air so easily. And so you're just kind of like coasting on the surface of your emotions right now. And probably, not the healthiest way either, because you to a certain extent, you're kind of just numbing yourself out because you can't stand the fact that this energy is still not changing, still not doing anything, still prioritizing their own needs or other people's needs or their needs of their workplace or whatever it is, just over like their heart. The decisions they're making are continuing to be material decisions, continuing to keep you both in that never being on the same page kind of energy. Just one is up, the other is down. When one is down, the other is up, and you're just never kind of just aligning. And the feminine energy, if she really lets herself kind of delve into that, it starts to bring about a sense of grief. So she remains silent. She stays on top of her feelings, just like the divine masculine taught her to do in this King of Cups energy. She's like, well, two can play at that game. If you're not going to go deeply into your feelings, I'm not going to do that either. And both of us are just not going to feel our feelings. Wow, that's not great. That's not fun. All right. So let's see how we can bring some more harmony here, because that's not good. I don't like that. All right, what do we have? Yeah. The Ace of Wands would bring more harmony to the divine masculine. For my tarot card readers in here, I'm sure you have a deep belly laugh over this one. I think everyone would benefit from the Ace of Wands a little more, okay? But that is grabbing life by the balls. Like, that is absolutely going after what you desire until that peak moment, right? If you catch my gesture, and if you don't catch my gesture, but that needs to happen. In order to create more harmony here, the divine masculine energy must give in to the passion that they feel when they pursue what it is that they deeply desire. That's all. And that is going to help break them out of this cycle of shouldn't I? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Make the change, make the choice, make the decision. Like, do you want to be where you are doing what you are doing right now forever? Please answer that question. Now, do you want to be, and I'm asking you, not the person that you're thinking of and being like, yeah, bitch, you need to make a choice. No, bitch, you. Do you want to be where you are right now forever or no? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? No? Nay? Me neither. Okay? I don't want to be here where this is my high school bedroom. My car. I need to pay for it. I need an apartment with my son. This is 2 years. Do I want to? No. Okay, well then what am I doing differently? Almost nothing. Okay, great. That's so, but that's not true. I have been working more. I know you probably noticed me live more. Okay? But, like, is it thousands of dollars more to get? No. My mindset is still going back and forth. Should I get this job? Should I get that job? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go here? Should I go on the dating app? Should I go off the dating app? Should I talk to this person? Should I go? Just, you know what you should do? You should decide what you want your life to look like. You should decide that there is no other way that your life will look. And then you shall act as the person who has that life already. That's what you should do. That's the change that you should make. And if that's overwhelming to you, pick one area. So I picked one area the last few weeks. It's been the foods I eat. When I got back from my son's graduation, I jumped right back into autoimmune paleo protocol, which is hard, but not that hard anymore because I've done it many times, and I'm also not being crazy and orthorexic about it, which is an issue that I have. So, but I made that change because I knew that in the life that I lead, where I feel my best, where I'm doing my best, I am eating in a supportive way. And then when I go to a party or I go out to eat with friends, I have whatever I want in the menu because that's also part of my life that brings me joy. But when I am home and I'm creating food for myself and I'm nourishing myself, I am making choices that make me feel good instead of make me feel bad, period. So I picked that one thing. So pick one thing. Pick your sleep schedule. Pick a yoga studio that you've always wanted to join. You're finally going to clean your closet and have a clean closet in your new house where you live with your amazing partner. And while you're cleaning your closet, pretend that your amazing partner is at work And when they get home, they're going to see it and pop a bottle with you and you're going to christen it, okay? I want you to just do that. That's what you have to do. You have to picture what it is that you desire, and then you have to make a change, one small change, and stick with it and prove to yourself that you can commit to it. By doing this, you are training your masculine energy that your masculine energy can have what it desires, can stay committed to a path of what it desires, can feel fulfilled by what it desires, can give itself what it desires. Now that those 4 things are in place so that you can have stability with anybody who you would attract, because anybody who you would attract, by all of the laws that we have known in this collective that we are in, they will be like that. They will have those 4 pillars in their toolbox, because they will be like that, because you will be attracting energy like you. Okay? Divine Feminine, what do you need to do to create more harmony? Bitch, you're getting the King of Wands. It's almost like this is a masculine reading, right? Where the King of Cups is like, you're not expressing your feelings. What you need to do to create harmony? Fucking express yourself. Express yourself. Are you angry? Be angry. Okay? Be angry. Anger is a motivator. Don't stay angry. Take the anger and let it propel you forward. Like, you know, it really pisses me off that I'm still existing like this now. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it, right? So let yourself be angry then. Let yourself be jealous. If you're suppressing feelings because you don't want to feel what it's like to feel jealous and then ask yourself why you would feel jealous of somebody. It must be because you believe they have something you can't have. Envy, that's down the tone scale a little bit. That's not quite as bad as jealousy. I guess we could say up the tone scale. Envy is that person has something that is for me. Okay? Not jealousy is that I can't never have that person has. Envy is that person has something that's for me. Envy expands you. That, like, the feelings that you're afraid of having, let yourself have them. Let yourself have them. Let yourself have them. If you feel like you're going to do something spontaneous and bold, like if you're like, I just need to express my feelings, then let yourself express your feelings. But you are certainly not going to feel good in this holding pattern energy, this restless energy where you're just, trying and failing, instead of this place where you have faith that any actions you take are leading you where you need to go, in the direction you need to go. Any people that you meet are the people that you're meant to meet to get you to where you need to go. Just keep insisting that that's true. Take everything that's happening as a series of events that's leading you where you want to go. And who can wield the Ace of Wands? The King of Wands, right? That's who can wield this wand. Only the king and the queen have the mastery over what it is they desire. So feel confident. Feel your power. Feel your right to go after what you desire. Feel your strength. And finally, what's the happiness potential of this connection this week? What's the happiness potential of the connection? We have, for the masculine energy, the 5 of Swords. And for the feminine energy, we have the 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles. If you can give up on this one point of that you've been fixed upon, something that you keep just chewing or mulling over, if you can just surrender that, you're going to have a certain amount of freedom that I don't know that you've ever truly had, because your mind has kept you like in this overthinking state. Like I keep pulling this card for one of my friends, and I keep telling her that her guides are telling me, give it a rest. Give it a rest. Like, stop thinking about this connection this way. Stop thinking about this person. Stop being attached to this person this way. Now, when you say that to your brain, you can't do that. Because if you say, Stop thinking of the pink elephant. You have to think of a pink elephant in order to stop thinking about it. So obviously it doesn't work to just be like, stop thinking about it. What does work though is to be like, okay, I give up for now. I'm going to focus on this for a little bit. And I'll come back to this in a little while, and make a commitment to yourself. Say, in a little while, after I've done this for a minute, I'll come back to this, because it's not, your mind isn't going to go into a restrict mode where it feels like it can't think about the things it wants to think about. It knows, it's like, okay, I have permission to just put this down for a minute. That's what's been helping me with my finances. I kept thinking to myself, why am I struggling so much? And then I thought, oh, because I keep thinking to myself, why am I struggling so much? Why is this happening? So I was like, what if just, for a moment, just for right now, just for a chapter of A Feast of Crows that you're rereading for fun, just for this episode of this show, just for this conversation with your mom, just for this time that you're spending with Bowie, like, just for this drive, what if just for this time you put this down for a minute and think about something else that you would rather think about? Because I know that thinking about this isn't really working. Like thinking about, well, I could ask this person, or I could see if I could do this, or I could do that. That seems like not working. So just for a minute, can we put it down? And just let our mind wander freely in the gardens of the delights that we have been imagining that we would like, instead of whatever trash we're thinking about right now. Can we let ourselves be free and liberated in this place where we're finally rewarded for all of the mental labor that we've been doing? Because we're not going to get this if we don't allow ourselves to go there, right? That's not going to come. Your reality is not going to conform to this paradise if you're never thinking about paradise. So the happiness potential of your connection really sits in your ability to let it go. Like, let it go. Let the dynamic that you've thought about for a million years, let it go. And instead think about the one that you would like to be rewarded with instead. What would you like to see instead? Because I know what I would like to see. I would just like to see my phone ring. Hey, how are you doing? Listen, I'd love to talk to you. Okay, cool. Let's set that up, right? Like, that's what I would love to see. Instead of like, well, that's never going to happen. Okay. So let's get a message from each one of you. The Divine Masculine, what would you say to the Divine Feminine right now? We have the Three of Cups. Raccoons keep coming up for me. And the Three of Cups, of course, is about reunion, celebration. It can be about something or someone or a behavior or anything getting in between your ability to really do or be or have what you love. But this masculine energy would say, there is something magical about, I guess I can't really read these. This is a different book. I usually do this with the Animal Spirit Oracle. So instead I'm just going to read this message. The message from this card, because it's hard for me to do it the way that I normally do it for when I channel it. Okay, it says, a few years ago, I had a neighbor who would escape the city on the weekends for a cabin out in the woods. One weekend, they forgot to lock the doggy door. A family of raccoons seized the very fortuitous opportunity. When it came time to create the Three of Cups, I knew precisely what inspiration I was going to draw upon, because although I did not witness firsthand the aftermath from neighbor accounts, those raccoons worked together to throw quite the party. Can you imagine what it must have felt like for those raccoons? It must have been like winning the lottery. The Three of Cups speaks to how you feel when you share a time of great joy with others. There is something magical about joining forces with others in celebration, or just working toward a common goal that is sure to be a great success. There is a sense of community and belonging that keeps the passion burning within to keep moving forward. When you encounter the Three of Cups energy, you will benefit from joining forces with those whose company you enjoy. Chores or tasks will be more fun and more productive when you enlist friends and family to help. Of course, work is always much more pleasurable when it's a work party. When you hold the Three of Cups, a situation may benefit from asking for help or allowing others interested in your success to become involved. Use your enthusiasm for a project to enlist those who genuinely want you to succeed. Not only will you gain an eager team ready to get to work, you will find that victory will be sweeter. If your task requires a hands-on approach, if you need to do physical work, call on the raccoon's energy, as this nimble creature possesses a heightened sense of touch. A shapeshifter and natural maker of shenanigans, your situation may benefit from using a little trickery when enlisting friends and family to help with a task. But don't worry, they will thank you in the end for a great time. The raccoon is nimble, focused, clever, and dexterity. So this is giving me vibes that this person is planning some kind of reunion or event, and enlisting help from their friends in order to do this. And I do think that there is like the clever aspect in it. They're trying to do it in a clever way, which might be what's taking so long, which is honestly not that clever. All right, so Divine Feminine's card. For her, we have the Nine of Wands here with that prickly porcupine. So that's that boundaries energy coming up here. This says, yeah, the word that comes to mind when I see the Nine of Wands is boundaries. Boundaries are the secret sauce to getting through, finding the stamina to push forward, and defending yourself against those who drain you of energy and time. The Nine of Wands carries the message that you will need to step back and take a break. Otherwise, you may risk hurting yourself or derailing your progress. If the work must continue, you may need to call in support or delegate tasks. You may need to establish guidelines as to who has access to your time. Exhaustion is avoidable, but if you push through, you do so at the risk of making errors, and in the end, all that will do is create more work. I notice that the Nine of Wands seems to pop up when I'm overcommitting or taking on too much. During this time, I tend to become prickly in my communications, and although my intention is not to cause harm when feeling overworked and exhausted, sure enough, that is what happens. When the Nine of Wands appears, you may need to step back and ask yourself if you are setting yourself up for either failure or a healthy dose of resentment. Establishing boundaries will help you stay on tasks as well as keep your relationships intact. Are you trying to be all things to all people? Or perhaps you are worried about how some may perceive you if you take time out for yourself. There is no need to play the victim or the Viking, because neither one will help you find contentment. The porcupine brings its ability to create an area of protection in the event of any threat approaching. Call on the porcupine when you need the confidence to stand up for your needs, and when you need to feel at ease, as it will create a barrier between you and whatever it is that is threatening your success. The porcupine helps us with boundaries, safety, protection, and humility. All right, Divine Feminine. So for me, I think the struggle for you is when this other person in your life is not expressing their feelings, you feel the urge to like try to step into that energy. You feel like you are trying to like force them to communicate by boldly going and making this move. And the thing is, it is not towards your person that you need to boldly make a move at this time. It's towards whatever it is that you're very passionate about. Something that you find extremely rewarding, and something that you would be willing to cultivate freely if you never received a return. Like, there are many times that I go live and I don't get anything. And I went from being able to support myself to completely not being able to support myself at all in the last like year or so from just my tarot, without the help of a few select people who intervened. Like, I wouldn't have survived just from my tarot readings, and I still did it every day, like, because it's something that I feel so good when I do, and I feel called to do it, and I do feel skilled at it, and I feel fulfilled. So when you are doing that, even if the material isn't confirming or validating the changes that you're making, it is happening. There's usually a little bit of a delay because you're used to the older way. You're used to the way things were in the past. All right. So let's get your last few messages. So I said, what door is closing for this connection and what door is opening? And I'm shocked. Oh my God. Okay. So I don't know if you remember, I did a reading yesterday, and I did like a financial reading, and I don't know, or maybe this was in the week ahead reading, but the door that's closing is the 8 of Swords, and this card came up for us this past week. So I like that this door is closing. The 8 of Swords is the energy of basically being in that torture chamber of the mind, or moving into the torture chamber of the mind, because you're like actually you're spiraling down into the 9 of Swords here. But it's having this illusion that you can't move, that you are limited in some way, when you are not limited. You are not limited. Like, I keep perceiving myself to be not doing a good job, or my videos aren't good, or because I'm just not experiencing the kind of views I was getting before, and the kind of validating bookings that I was getting before. And that kind of forces you down and down and down deeper, because you're like, oh, well, I'm not seeing that. That must mean there's something wrong with me. And then when you think there's something wrong with you, then that confirms that people aren't seeing you. And then it's like this, oh, it's just a downward spiral. So the downward spiral that you've been experiencing in your mind is closing. What is opening? Another 8. So now we have the 8 of Cups, which was the energy that was from another tarot deck completely, supporting the Divine Masculine energy this week. We also have the 8 coming here from the Strength card, so we have 4 8s. And the 8 of Cups in this deck is somebody that is willing to leave behind these limiting beliefs and step out into the world and face whatever obstacles that they perceived stood in their way. So it's opening the door to being able to walk away from whatever prison you feel that you've been in, whatever trap that you feel that you've been in, this thing like, I want things to change. I want to make a change. This week, it looks like you're getting to experience that, and I don't hate it. A sign or symbol that is significant for you this week, don't shoot the messenger, is clouds. It says distractions here, and it has the number 11, which is often associated with the twin flame journey. Okay, anyway, clouds, distraction. So what's funny is, one of the things I told you to do here for this 5 of Swords was just to say, just for a moment, just for right now, I'm not going to think about how I'm going to pay for my car, okay? Just for right now, I'm going to let myself read this chapter and enjoy it, or talk to this person peacefully, okay? And that is this positive distraction that you're doing. But this card says, looking up at a blue sky, you can easily find yourself lost with your head in the clouds. Just as it's easy to be mesmerized by clouds as they move serenely through the air, you could be allowing yourself to be distracted in your life and avoiding the matters that need your attention. These clouds represent the many things in life that are clouding your focus and causing confusion. Remain grounded as you process information, since it's easy to get in your head and overthink. Take your time and process all the information being provided to you to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Allow your thoughts to come and go without trying to force your next steps forward. This will assist you with remaining calm and truly thinking through all the subjects at hand. It is okay to have distractions sometimes, but balance is necessary to allow you to see clearly and prioritize. The additional meanings include overthinking a situation, escapism, an inability to focus, avoidance, and improving time management. So when you're seeing clouds this week, these lessons are coming up for you. And also just, kind of like allowing your head to be in the clouds a little bit with this Ace of Wands energy, allowing you to really envision or boldly see what you desire as becoming something that you could really have. Your self-care activity is something I'm doing tomorrow with Luna. We have the beauty ritual with number 5 being the number from the self-care card. And so this is just within the next week, whatever beauty ritual that you prefer doing, whether that be makeup, doing your nails, doing your hair, choosing your clothes. I mean, anything that you do that's just about feeling beautiful, feeling it, not just like, not necessarily looking, but feeling it. And the mantra for that is, I am beautiful inside and out. Whatever makes you feel like you're manifesting your most beautiful self is worth putting energy toward. Plan a beauty ritual that feels sacred and indulgent. Set an intention for your ritual and stay in a mindful state throughout the experience. So your intention could be that this is your time to like give it a rest, right? That can be your intention. Set an intention for your ritual and stay in a mindful state throughout the experience. If other thoughts and distractions enter your awareness, gently let them go and redirect your focus to yourself. This is what I told you to do in order to create happiness. By being intentional, you can turn a face mask, the application of makeup, or even something as simple as your daily shower into a sacred experience. Beyond that, look for ways you can create the time and space to have that special beauty treatment. Consider how you could adorn your body to express your unique essence. For example, dye your hair a funky color, wear new jewelry, or perhaps get a tattoo. Your journal prompt is, what could you do to make your daily beauty routine feel more sacred? So I have nail day tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to change my nails though, because they actually kind of held up really well and I like the color. So I might keep them as is, but maybe I'll do like, I'll braid my hair or something instead. But I try to make time for that every week with Lady Luna. We've been doing that every week together on Saturdays, and we're spending it's been kind of leisurely, like 3 hours, just like chatting, doing our nails, talking. Super fun. So when you're doing that this week, set the intention that it is for the sole purpose of giving up on whatever it is that you've been continually mulling over again and again and again in your brain, to the point of distraction. So I do hope that these messages will help you this week. If you would like for me to do a free 1-card pull for you right now, just put your question in the comments. Oh, you're getting your hair colored. I love that. And if you would like a deeper reading, you can send a donation of any amount. And the other thing I wanted to say is I'm still trying to help raise money for Saliha. There is a link in my turnedintarot.com, in that link in my profile, for her GoFundMe. When you click on it and donate any amount, just let me know that you have donated and I will do a video recorded reading for you. And the way that you can let me know about your donation is, but on that same page where the GoFundMe campaign is, you can scroll down and there's a place that says video reading. If you swipe, you'll see something called Ask Me. Choose that. Let me know the amount of your donation and what your question was. And I will go ahead and send you a reading because I wanted to try to help Sally raise what she needs in order to keep her shelter and have food and stuff. Very important. So yes, it would be great to pay my car, but also I have shelter and food. So I just want to help her this week. So please consider going and making a donation to that. Even $1. A lot of people watch my stuff. If everybody made $1 donation to that, it would be significant. I had, 575 views yesterday. If even 100 people did that, it would help. So yeah, it doesn't matter how small. I will do a reading for any amount. Suggested donation for a deeper reading here today is $22. But of course, if you just want 1 card, it is free. And if nobody wants a reading, I guess we can close out the energy. Everybody hydrate. I'm sorry if there was some technical issues. I did see my internet signal was kind of going in and out for a few minutes here on TikTok. Hopefully the YouTube video didn't get too disrupted and it will be there in its entirety when you go to Tune In Tarot later today. It should be visible. I nailed it in the reading, Rose. Yeah. That tends to happen. That's why I do the collective reading first too, because I feel like it definitely answers a lot of the questions I have anyway. I can't believe it's Friday already. Like, this week just went so quickly. Too quickly. How are your current feminine and masculine energies? Are they balanced? Let's check it out, Abby. Let's check it out. I'm going to use Abby's deck because it's right in front of me. This is Abby's favorite deck. She loves the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. And it is a gorgeous deck. I also love it. Let's check on your energies. Abby, how are they doing? Is Abby balanced, in a balanced place? You get this card, Abby. I feel like I get this card a lot for you. This is the Page of Wands. It's such a cute one. It really emphasizes the playful, adventurous nature of this card. The like, and also things that inspire you. You know, like inspired to tell stories or fairy tales, inspired to believe in magic, etc. And you have that sparkle in you, I think. So that's not surprising to me that this would come up for you. In terms of the answer to your question, it's interesting because you asked if you were balanced, and I'm seeing here a black horse and a white horse. Wands are a maybe card for me. They're not like a straight yes or a straight no. And I think that what it means is like, I don't think it's like maybe not. I think that it just means your idea of what it is to be balanced and the feeling of being balanced are like, you kind of have how do I want to put this? Like you're it's almost like saying to me that you are always balanced, and it's more your idea of what that means that would need to shift a little bit for you to really feel that you are. I think that's how I would want to say it. Like, so for instance, if you feel a lot of stress and tension, sadness, longing, pulling sensations, that's showing that your balance is off, because your heart, if you're truly in alignment with your higher self, your heart feels what is true. And I did not verify correctly. Hang on. There we go. Your live will end in 5 minutes if you don't verify it. So weird. Your heart will feel, if you're connected to your higher self, your heart feels when something is true. And your mind can believe it, can accept it. But a lot of times our heart is telling us one thing and our mind is like second guessing. So balance is really when we feel our intuition and our mind agrees and accepts it. So this card is telling you more like you might think that when you finally feel like, oh, my energies are balanced, like all these magical things will happen around you. But the magical things that happen come from the fact that you are able to believe you can have what your heart desires. That's where the magic is. It's not going to like seem magical after it's already happened. You're just going to believe in the magic when you're truly, truly in alignment with your heart. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's an interesting card to get as a response to that question. Yes, please, Rose, if you have a question, go ahead and ask your question. I'd be more than happy to pull a card for you. And anyone else who would like one card, go ahead and ask a question. And if you'd like a deeper reading, you can, of course, click the link in my profile or click the link below and send a donation. I would greatly appreciate it. Am I overthinking things in my situation? Rose asks. Am I overthinking things in my situation? So I got a major arcana card for me, which is usually a very loud yes. It's also the Fool card, which is about having a blank slate, not having anything in your mind, just putting it all aside and just having a fresh mind, state of mind about it, and then approaching it. So I see that you're open, right? You've got this body posture of being open and also ready to stand, which is giving that way, the way that the Fool is about ready to make a move or make a motion. There's this Venus de Milo painting in the background, which I find is an interesting thing. I always notice it in this card, but I'm really drawn to it this time. And it's, of course, it's Aphrodite or Venus. Today is her day. It's Venus's day. And she was born like from the ocean. Like she came from the waves of the ocean. Like she has kind of an interesting origin story, which is emotion to me. So I feel like you really might need to trust your feelings more than your mind is letting you. Like your mind is, and that can be in both directions. Like your feelings might be telling you, and your brain's like, yeah, but what if like this, and but what about this, and what about that, and what about this, right? But your feelings like, no girl, no girl. So there are times when we aren't listening to our heart in that way, but more often than not, our heart is saying, yes, you can have that. Yes, that is for you. Yes, you can, absolutely, you can have that. And our mind is being like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Didn't work out last time. Didn't work out for this person. Doesn't work out for that person. Didn't see that big of a donation that week. Didn't see the money I needed for that. That didn't happen, right? All of the stuff that we have there, all of the proof, the evidence that we keep, the receipts that what we want isn't possible, that can haunt you. So let that stuff go and trust your feelings, and also trust that you can't get it wrong, because taking a leap from the Fool card seems so scary, but there is a golden net below you. Your guides, like all of your everything that's meant to happen. Look at that Empress at the bottom of the deck as I'm saying that. Everything that's meant to happen, it's all, the chips are going to fall where they may, and those chips are going to fall exactly where they need to propel you towards where you want to go if you keep going, right? If you give up and you're like, oh, that's never for me, and you can't believe in it, then you won't be led there. You'll be led to a place where you can't have that. So, yes, clean the slate of your thoughts. Trust your feelings a bit more and be more open and ready to trust fall. And I'm so glad that helps. Thanks so much for being here. All right, I'm going to call it quits for now. I think if you want to catch me, I shall be back. I will likely try to hop on tomorrow, maybe around 7 or 8. 8 p.m. If I don't do that, you will be able to catch me most likely on Sunday, maybe around that same time, that 7 or 8 time, between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., sometime in there. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. You have an amazing day, Rose. Great to see you. If you're not already a follower over on passes.com, please consider going and doing that today. I am going to be doing some things for my members only this week, because I have not been doing members only stuff because of the weird thing going on with my computer. It's been difficult for me to make content just for passes. So, and I'm going to need to do something just specifically for passes. So that will be happening this week. So please go over there, become a follower, and subscribe at the $15 level to really help support me on a monthly basis. I would really appreciate that. It makes a big difference. It really does. I still get $5 membership payments from my old membership plan that when they come in, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like, because it literally protects me sometimes. So please, any amount is so welcome. And thank you, absolutely, Rose. I appreciate that. I hope you all have a great day too. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Farewell.